right into our first infuriating topic. Okay, well, not right now. Okay, this week, we don't have to take a beating like we took this last week. Okay, but the Ravens are on a bye week. Let's talk about what moves do they need to make, guys. What moves do they need to make to right this ship? Because what I saw on Sunday, not looking good.
Well, I mean, Rob Ryan already said that Patrick Queen, he has all the ability, all the talent, and he's just playing too fast, trying to do too much. And when the game slows down for him, he'll be just fine. He'll be great. He said to remember that Ray Lewis wasn't Ray Lewis, from the beginning either.
That's one of those things where you should have stopped a sentence short. Okay, stop a sentence short. First of all, he didn't coach Ray Lewis. All right, he didn't coach him. His brother coached Ray Lewis. And just because of that, I looked up Ray Lewis's stats, and yeah, his first year, I guess, I mean, it's still better than Queens, but his second year, Ray Lewis's second year, he had 184 total tackles. All right, 100. Thank you, son. 150. Wow. 150 solo tackles. All right, I think 4 sacks and an interception. That's his second year. Yeah. So yes, and that was one of his best years ever in the league. Ray Lewis was Ray Lewis as soon as he stepped foot on the field.
And Ray Lewis wasn't going out there missing 16% of his tackles, right? Which is what Patrick Queen has done the first couple of years of his career. Rob Ryan also said, while saying that Patrick Queen has all the ability, all the talent, and things just need to slow down for him, he did say they're going to spend the bye week working on tackling, which is not something that you ever really want to hear a professional team say. That's something that you should really have down before you get to the NFL, right?
But here's my thing, though, B. This is why we criticize the coaching staff so much, because, okay, we're all getting on Patrick Queen for not being a good tackler. What's Rob Ryan's job?
Yeah,
he's the linebacker coach. He's supposed to correct that. And if he can't do it, he's not doing it. And it's not just Patrick Queen. It's the whole team that's not tackling. So what's the coach's responsibility in all this? So
nothing.
If they're not,
if most fans,
right, it's an attitude thing. They have the wrong attitude, and the coach is supposed to correct that. And if he can't correct it, get him out of here and get somebody in there who can. Patrick Queen's not going anywhere. He's a first-round pick. We invested too much in him.
Yeah,
you better fix him. This whole, he's going to learn how to tackle better and all that. Oh, he's taking responsibility. What else he's going to say? Of course he's going to take responsibility. What's the coaching staff going to do? I haven't heard any coach say, hey, that's on me. Yeah. I need to do better.
Danity says, is it bad coaching because all of them can't tackle? Well, that's when it is bad coaching. Like if it was just Patrick Queen, I would say, man, Patrick Queen got to take a seat.
Exactly. Right? Do you think everybody on team, is that bad?
Yeah. But when all of them can't tackle, it's definitely a coaching thing. But not to worry, because the Ravens have been working out kickers, punters, and long snappers.
That's going to fix the problem. That's going to light a fire under them.
That's right. That's right. They also signed Cedric Ogbuehi to their practice squad. He's a tackle. He was a former first-round pick. He is not good at blocking opposing players, which was kind of his job, but we got him there now. So
okay, dirt cheap. We got him at the Raven price. Couch Rider Raven says, how many games did Patrick Queen start in college? He got time to learn, but that's the problem. He doesn't have time to learn. He's a starting linebacker.
Yeah, so he is very young. He was drafted very young. He was inexperienced, but that's why you don't take him in the first round.
Yeah,
or you don't start him. And look, this is where they are missing. This is where like the injuries are really showing up, right? This is where they're missing LJ Fort.
Yes,
I mentioned before. Also, Marcus Peters kind of brings an attitude to the team. LJ Fort, he would kind of stabilize that middle linebacker position, which is kind of what they brought Josh Bynes back to do.
Yeah.
So that's where they're missing him. But he's in his second year. He was a first round pick. The excuses are done.
Yeah, I agree. JB3, thank you for joining the live stream. He says coaches are coaching schematics. They're not teaching tackling and catching. Like Brodny said, those things should already be a part of their game. I agree, JB3, and that's why we don't give a lot of credit to Keith Williams and T. Martin. We're not saying they're not helping, but like when people say, oh, they make all the difference in the world, it's like, well, That's not what coaches really do in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And not saying that they're not doing it, but it's hard to quantify that. It's hard to say which ones are doing it, which ones aren't doing it. Right. So that's why we don't always give, all the credit to the coach when players do well. Anytime players do well, or the team does well, we want to sing praise to the coaching staff, like they're doing something. Every time they play poorly, we say, it's not on the coaches, it's on the players. You can't have it both ways.
Right. We did get another anonymous Cash App. It says, thank you for a remarkable job as always. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
King says, wish we didn't have a bye this week. I hate sitting on this loss. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need to sit there and think about what they've done.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I'm glad we had a bye. We needed it, right? Like we needed it. I didn't want it to keep rolling downhill, right? I didn't want it to be, okay, well, we have an issue that we just can't fix, and we got to go and play another team that has all the talent in the world on offense, and we can't stop it. Sometimes you need that little break to regroup, refresh, and just get back to basics. And hopefully they do that on the defensive side. We're really good coming off the bye. And we have a favorable matchup. I mean, not on the offense, but
the Jamar Chase play was the same play AJ Brown did to y'all. AJ Brown play was worse. There was a lot more contact on the AJ Brown play, and he pushed 3 or 4 Ravens into the end zone.
I'm not even sure what was worse, because at least that one they tried. They just couldn't tackle him. This one, they're just like, pat him on the back harder.
It's worse to get big boyed like that in the NFL by AJ Brown.
I don't think so. At least they put in effort just to see a guy just
listen. You're sounding exactly like all those people who used to be in Bomani Jones mentions anytime he would post a dunk talking about, oh, he took the charge. No, it's not okay. You got dunked on. You didn't want to do that. Make the blocker get out the way, right? Make the tackle, or just pat him on the back as he runs away.
Listen. A dunk is 2 points, and 2 points is 2 points in the NBA. This is 6 points in NFL. Points don't come as easily as they do in basketball. All right. It's not the same thing.
Unless you ask the New England Patriots, their points came pretty easily last week, dropping 54 on the Jets.
Yeah. All right. So, boy, is he gonna make a
Spooky J says, I guess LJ Fort was our best defensive player.
I try to tell you guys. What did I say? What did I say when we drafted Queen and Malik Harrison? Malik Harrison is not taking LJ Fort's job. I mean, he ended up taking it because Fort got hurt.
Yeah, but right here, man. Getting dragged by one man should hurt your pride. Yes, it should.
Yeah. But I said it then. Like, LJ Fort he's not that old. I think he's 30, 31.
Yeah.
Right. And he had to work hard to get to where he's at. And he's not a great athlete, but the thing that he does well is he knows his gap assignments. Like, he can read defense well. He's never out of position, and he tackles. He's a solid tackler. And that's something that these other guys aren't yet. So I knew, like, Harrison was, if Fort was healthy, Harrison was not taking LJ Fort's job.
Right.
I don't even see Harrison out there anymore.
What's up, King Bird?
What's up, King Bird? How you guys doing today? Happy to see y'all making my day. Well, thank you. Thank you. Glad we can do that.
Yeah. So yeah, like we mentioned, they got some reinforcements on the line with Ogwehi coming on the practice squad. They're working out some players who are definitely not going to make the team. So it looks like any kind of improvement will be coming via the trade market. There are a couple players available.
Well, we didn't mention Derek Wolfe is supposed to be coming back too.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, obviously Baltimore is going to continue to get healthy. Chris Westry will be coming back. Derek Wolfe just got activated. I hope Dalen Hayes is coming back. I haven't actually heard if
I forgot about Dalen Hayes.
If his injury was season-ending or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would expect the Ravens to continue to get healthy, but they have a couple of positions where they don't have guys to get healthy.
Right.
Like they're just bad. They're bad at running back. They're bad at tackle. And again, Marlon Mack may be available. He asked for a trade. He asked publicly. Up to this point, they say the Colts have not been really interested in moving him.
Right.
Obviously, Mark Ingram was available. He just got traded to the Saints today. But at tackle, also, there's talk that Cam Robinson from the Jaguars is available because he's coming up on free agency, and it looks like they're not interested in bringing him back with good reason. But Andre Dillard out of Philly, first round pick from a couple years ago, they're saying that with a day 2 pick, they think that you'd be able to get Andre Dillard out of Philly. And I know that Baltimore has multiple day 2 picks.
Yeah, if they're not asking for a first round pick because he's starting, right? And from what I can understand, he's doing a solid job.
Well, he's doing all right, but he's not really, their starter. I mean, he's playing. They had him playing at guard for a bit. He's kind of moving around. I don't think that he's, I don't think that they're planning on starting him at left tackle anytime soon.
Right.
So, they may be looking to move him, get a quality pick so they can rebuild that dumpster fire they've got going on in Philly.
Felipe says he's a swing tackle. Now in Baltimore, he's a starting tackle. Look, a day 2 pick means you got to do it. You got to do it. I don't care. Look, miss me with all that draft value and all that stuff, or we get we can get a better value that if we keep the pick and all that stuff. No, we're past that because we're not hitting on our picks. So when you don't get it right multiple times, you can't use that anymore. You have to give up the pick to get somebody that's proven up to a certain point. So if that's what we have to give up, then it needs to be done. It needs to be done.
What's going on, Deshaun? He says, might as well trade for Robinson. Philly fans hate Dillard. Philly fans hate everything. Opposing defenses love Cam Robinson, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I were making a move, I would make a move for Dillard. But I think we know that Baltimore's probably not going to make a move.
More than anything, we have to fix the tackles. I mean, the whole O-line needs to be revamped. But more than anything, we have to do something with the tackle position. God, they looked awful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Villanueva just, I don't know. Why even put him out there?
They have to at this point. I mean, Makari's hurt. Don't know when he's coming back. They don't have anybody else.
Yeah. And I still see people
Tyree Phillips. They want to play him at guard, but they have to start him at tackle now.
I see people on Twitter still making excuses. Guys, we don't look. I try not to mix it up with anybody on Twitter. Like, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's fine. But guys, stop praising an organization when they get things wrong. It's okay. You can still like EDC. I like him, but he's gotten some things wrong. They completely messed up this offseason. They completely messed it up. They did just about everything wrong, guys.
Yeah. Just about.
Because what are the offseason acquisitions that we're happy about right now? Like, what do we like?
Kyle says, answer your phone. They're calling y'all for tryouts.
No, I can't help them, man. I can't help them. But what are we happy about from the offseason?
I mean, look, the Rashad Bateman, he looks promising. Always played well.
But see, I'm not happy about that because yes, always played well. I'm not happy about the pick still because we needed a tackle, right? We traded our starting right tackle and did not replace him. We told you guys at the time, Villanueva is not a starting tackle, left or right. That's why he was available. He was one of the last tackles out there that was available for a reason. So that wasn't a good move. Drafting and then hence drafting Owe wasn't a good move because we needed a tackle. So I still don't see that as a good move. That wasn't a good move. Sammy Watkins, we like Sammy Watkins. That wasn't a good move. We could have signed AB, right? We could have signed a whole bunch of players that were better.
And they tried to sign a few of them.
Yeah.
But it failed.
So I mean, Big Q like Sammy Watkins, and don't get me wrong, I like Sammy Watkins. Big Q, don't get me wrong, I like Sammy Watkins, but I mean, AB's been wanting to come here for 2 years,
right?
And we see how AB's doing. I'd rather have AB. There are better moves that we could have made that we just decided not to do, and money was not the issue. AB isn't getting paid anything, right? He's not being a problem over there in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady.
No.
Right. So you can't use that excuse of, he'd be too much of a diva and all the other nonsense that we say when we know we're not going to get somebody. Just say, hey, our organization is making bad moves. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, and I there's really no way to deny it at this point because, Lamar is under heavy pressure every single week.
Yeah.
The Athletic put out an article just kind of highlighting one player from each team who could be traded. Not a whole lot of O-linemen on this list. There are a couple running backs. You mentioned Marlon Mack. He's a guy who had proven to be very explosive a couple of years in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Over 2 seasons, not even full seasons, but over 2 seasons, he had 1,900 yards and 17 touchdowns. Don't know what the Colts are looking for in terms of, in a trade for Marlon Mack. Up until this point, the talk has been that they're hesitant to move him. So you may not be able to get him. There's some wide receivers available. They think Allen Robinson may be available. Michael Thomas, maybe Michael Gallup, because he's coming up on contract. Although I doubt he gets moved.
Raven Ron said Antonio Brown be 34 next year, right around the Raven age.
No kidding. For our guy Ferris, there is talk that multiple teams are calling the New York Giants for Pro Bowl tight end Evan Engram.
I thought you were going to say Kenny Galladay.
No. I don't think anybody's calling right now for Kenny. But yeah, Evan Engram might be on the move. That'd be pretty interesting to see who gets bamboozled into taking him on.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Baltimore, it's going to be tough trying to make any move in the trade market, I would think. Brandon Cooks, he looks like he wants out of Houston. He was very upset on Twitter after Mark Ingram got traded.
Oh, is that what he was tweeting about?
Yes. Oh. Yeah. It was right after they broke the news about Mark Ingram. He was very upset.
Yeah.
He said it's a joke. He's only owed $1.5 million over the rest of the season. Right. But again, Baltimore's probably not really looking for wide receivers at this point.
No, not at this point. And I'm fine with not making that move. Right.
Yeah.
Like Cooks is a good wide receiver,
mm-hmm.
but that's not somebody I want to shake up the roster for necessarily. If it was AB or one of these upper tier wide receivers, sure, but not for Cooks.
Danny, he said it was BS and it was such a joke.
Yeah. Real quick, we got 41 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. We're on a road to 1,000 subscribers. Go ahead and help us out, man. We're trying to reach that sooner rather than later. We ain't set a due date, but sooner rather than later, man. Also, B, can you put that link in the chat one more time? Because you guys, man, you've been blowing up the chat. You have a lot to say today. You guys are feeling passionate about that loss. Look, sometimes you got to take an L, and the Ravens always do this. We always take an L like that. It's an embarrassing loss. It's kind of a little wake-up call. And, yes, we have some issues. But I still feel like we're going to compete. I can't say right now that we can win a Super Bowl with this mess at O-line, but I want to see what they do by a trade deadline. They have to make some moves. There's no getting around it. I don't want to hear. Don't listen to anybody on Twitter. Don't listen to anybody on Twitter that'll tell you we can't mortgage the future or we can't do this. We got to be fiscally smart and all that other BS. That is BS. We can absolutely give up some future resources, some picks, right, to get a quality player there, right? Don't let anybody tell you that, because what would you rather have? And I'm not talking about Dylan necessarily, but I'm just saying, would you rather have that first round pick or a right tackle that can block?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, give me the right tackle. I don't care about the first round pick. It's not going to be a high pick because we never pick high, not anymore. And we're hit or miss. We're hit or miss. So no, man, we got to get short things now. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. We're not rebuilding anymore. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. Well, we haven't been rebuilding for a long time.
Yeah.
So